Thokozani, Thokozani, this beautiful Wednesday evening. Ngiyanibingelela nonke esilwaneni. Kuseyimi thukela. Forgive me. I'm still I'm still is it recuperating? Yeah. Ubabe umkhulu kubanye is very tired. So kuyena wonke umuntu ongenile partner life. Ngiyanibingelela bogogo. With all the formalities, ngifuna nazi ukuthi today isilwane will not be conducting any classes. I won't be talking about anything today. Well, at least not anything important. This is more of it's more of one of those relaxed type of videos. To people who follow my page, they know that I do these. I do have these videos. So yes, today is one of those videos where I'll be recapping or talking about the things isilwane is yet to say, yet to talk about, yet to do, so that people who follow a page isilwane know what isilwane will be conducting in the next 2-3 weeks, 2 months. Yes. Ngiyabingelela kubantu abangenayo ke live. Molweni. Hello yini. Ha. Nenze babahle apha. Yes, ngiyanikhumbula abanye abangenile ke live. Yes. Today is not that formal of a day for isilwane. After a very busy week, I'm still tired. I'm still working. So I thought rather than not go live, it would be best if I do go live and then talk to people. This is the day for you guys to ask me anything. And I mean anything. Anything and everything. Today I'm only going live ukuncokola nabantu. I won't be I'm conducting a class. I won't be talking about spirituality. I will, however, answer questions based on spirituality. Thokoza. So I'll give me a second. I'll be back now. As I said, I will not be conducting a class where I'll be teaching people about spirituality, and I'll be teaching people about African spirituality. Today is more of a live that is based on us just talking and me just being live for the sake of being live, to pass through the day. It's one of those appreciation days. I'm just appreciating isilwane. As I had said, if you follow my pages, if you follow my page and watch my videos, you will know that I do have a session ezikanje where I just enjoy this place, and I absolutely do nothing. I'll just relax and light the candela, light the pepper or baso, and just relax. I wouldn't call it meditating, but it's just relaxing. I sit here and do absolutely nothing. It's just that today I chose to invite you guys to sit with me, and I'm also at a place where I'll allow you to conversate with me, ask questions, ask anything. I'll make sure that I do answer. I'll try and answer. So it is what it is. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell people is that I'm going to try and shift my live times to midnight. I know many people are working, but part of the people who are my target market, the ones who I'm focusing this on, who aren't sleeping around that time, work or not. So I'll be going on midnight lives. Those are for abantu abaphahlayo, before baphahla, after bephahlile, or during the process yokuphahla kwabo, where I won't be, okay, I think it is safe to say I will be guiding them in the process yokuphahla. So I would like to hear from you guys if that's something you will all be interested in. For those who will, it will start possibly next week, or I'll post something. I'll post something on my timeline telling you when it is going to start. Apha ndizophahlisa abantu, okanye ndizophahlisana nabo, okanye ndizobabonisa indlela ezingcono zokuphahla during i-live yam. Apha ndizawuqhuba inkqubo yomthandazo wamakhosi. So I think now 12 o'clock will be the right time for me, hoping that I don't lose the viewers that I already have. And then I'll only post videos that were pre-recorded as I used to, because I'm having too much work on my shoulders all at once that I can't juggle it all at the same time. If those of you who were watching on my previous live, I was live and I received clients, and it's a matter of urgency that I work after 6 o'clock. If a person comes esilwaneni after 6, it has to be something very important. Nabantu abazesilwaneni only come for emergencies, or they only come on appointments. So a person who just comes is a person who really needs my help at that point in time, and they don't know how I work, maybe. So I cut my last live short because I had received clients that I needed to attend. So I think due to work, due to my working processes, I need to adjust how I'll be going on live. So for those who are on the live, what do you want to ask me? What do you want to know about spirituality? What do you want to know about Ubungoma? What do you think you know about Ubungoma? What have you been told about Ubungoma? Talk to me. Ask anything. Anything. Ask almost anything. Almost. Yes. For those who are on the live, if you have something you want to know about isilwane, for those who always ask, what does this name mean? Kuphi isilwane? Yes. Or why is this page created? Ask anything you wish to ask me. I will try my level best to give you an honest answer. Thokozani. I'm sure, man, most of you have questions. Most of you want to know why Sigcoko Buhlalu. Most of you want to know why kukhana mahiya. Most of you want to know why sihamba ngeenyawo. Most of you want to know why sigaqa. This is the time. This is the time to ask all of those questions. Today, I'm only here to do just that. Or if some of you have watched my videos and have questions on what you've seen, this is the time. This is the time. Ask your questions. Oh, sorry for my voice. Due to msebenzi bengisemanzini, so ngiqalwa flu, and the weather is not doing me any justice. So if I'm sniffing or sneezing, bear with me. No questions. No questions, none. Nothing. No questions. None of you have questions. Buzan. Thethani into ekudala ndifuna ukuyithetha okanye umuntu abuze le nto ekudala efuna ukuyibuza. Umuntu eberhalela ukuyazi ngobungoma nespirituality. Nali ixesha. Lixesha laloo nto namhlanje. I'm waiting. Ngiyabingelela to the people abaze kwi-live. Today isilwane is not conducting a class. I'm inviting people to ask anything and everything they would like to know about African spirituality, about ubungoma, about uktwasa, anything and everything. This is the chance you all have to say anything you feel like asking me, or anything you want to know about the previous videos. Maybe you've watched my videos and you've had questions about this, some of the things that I've said, this is the time. If kukhona abe video niham kukhona into obuyimamele yakukhwanqisa, nali ixesha lokuyibuza. If kukhona into ebendiyithethile but khange ucacelwe kahle, nali ixesha lokuyibuza le nto. Thokozani. Today I'm not conducting any classes. I won't be teaching people about spiritual. I'll be just I'll be on the receiving end of things. I'm at the receiving end of things, basically. So ask whatever it is you want to ask me. And make the questions short and simple. Be direct. Short and simple, be direct. You can ask me 4 questions, even 5 questions, but just make sure that every question is on point, so that I give an answer and I can move on to the next one. Please don't give me a paragraph of a question. Ish. No questions, none? None. Okay. Let me try and find my little booklet to answer some of the questions. Let me try and find my little booklet where I write down some of the things people have asked me. Questions, man. Questions. Where are they? Finally. Thokoza. Siwe, ngiyabonga. Siwe, uthi Thokoza mkhulu, can you kindly explain the difference between imbola ebomvu nembola emhlophe? Thank you, ma'am. Imbola ebomvu is regarded as udaka. Imbola emhlophe is known as ifuta. There actually is no difference. Well, there is, based on lapho ethabatha khona. Kukhona ukuhlonipha emboleni ebomvu nembola emhlophe. This is a tribal trend. It was an old tribal trend that was used ukufihla a person who is in a certain process. It was used by the Nguni people during war. as some form of distinguishment between a certain tribe and a certain tribe. Imbola ebomvu. It's actually a stone in which ungalgrate and then ulidibanise namanzi. Ingathi ligada. Ubokhe ubone amagada omhlaba. It's actually igada, but a very hard type yegada. It was imbola okanye udaga was used to distinguish or hide umuntu osendimeni yento ethile. Usho njani thukela? Mhla umuntu aluka usuka from being ikwekwe into indoda. That means usendimeni ethile. So besimqaba imbola. Usayiqatywa ke namhlanje. If uye emampondweni, if uya kumahlubi bona baqaba imbola emhlophe, if uya kumagcaleka amanye aqaba imbola ifutha ilembola nantsike emhlophe, amampondo athambisa libomvu, amahlubi athambisa libomvu. So in all respect, imbola nenjani na imbola, regardless ba injani, imbola uqobo lwayo was meant ukufihla okanye ukusingatha umuntu osendimeni eya entweni. Hence uyibona isetshenziswa kwikwekwe mhla izoba indoda. Hence uyibona isetshenziswa kumuntu ozawuthwasa. Hence ubuyibona kumuntu ozoya empini. Hence uyibona kumuntu obuya empini. Hence uyibona kumuntu ophethe umsebenzi. Hence uyibona umuntu okunenzeka owenzelwa isiko. 6 types of situations where imbola is being used. But it differs based on lapho abantu babephuma khona. Kukhona abantu ekwakuthiwa ngamabomvane. Amabomvane was based on umthetho of the land. Amabomvane was based on umthetho of the land. And they would always have their, even unwele nonwele lwabo would have imbola ebomvu. Amahlubi did the same thing. Ezinye zemfengu did the same thing. Then kumhlaba omnyama apho bufumana khona amagcaleka amaninzi. Wena mcirha, wena chawe, zonke ezi clans zikhona kumagcaleka. Therefore bona kuba bephila kumhlaba onenze komnyama, which is normally, if you dig underneath, ubona amatye amhlophe or amagada amhlophe. So bona they would use ifutha because in their land the rarest form of udaga or itye okanye ugada yayimbola emhlophe, which is known as ifutha. Did I explain that well? Did I explain that well? Did I explain that well, Siwe? I need your reply so that I know that you are understanding, so that ndingaqhubeki ungandiva kakuhle. I just need a like, just like if I explain that in a way you understand. So there was never umahluko, even ekuthwaseni, Thokoza, even ekuthwaseni, there was never a difference uba uqaba imbola emhlophe okanye uqaba imbola ebomvu. It's tribal now, based on umuntu uthi xa eqaba imbola emhlophe athi yena ungumXhosa. Hence nabantu nje abathwasayo today bathi bathwasa isiXhosa. Bathi umuntu uzinkomba isifuba, mhla ubuza uthwaseni athi umuntu ndithwasa isiXhosa. There's no such thing as uthwasa uhlanga. Uhlanga alithwaswa. Alithwaswa uhlanga. Alithwaswa uhlanga. andiyazi ubana ndingayi-explaina ngeyiphi indlela so that it gets through the thick skulls zabantu abahamba besithi bona bathwasa imbola emhlophe okanye umntu athi yena uthwasa isiXhosa. Ukuthwasa kunye kwahluka kangembiza umntu aphekwe kuyo, kwahluka amaziko abantu abaphekwe kuzo. So up north you would find udaka, itshe elibomvu, le mbola le xa uyidibanise namanzi etshintsha texture ibe bomvu. Kanti here south you will find two types yamagada. Igada elifutha, it's oily, it's sticky, ifutha. Kanti you will also find igada eli common elifana nodaka nje, lithanda uqatywa ngamasana, ingathi umuntu ebedlala edakeni xa omile, ingathi ifana xa umuntu eqabe inongwe. Yeah, xa umuntu eqabe inongwe, eladaka lifana ncamashi nomuntu eqabe inongwe, but ludaka. So there was never a differentiation yokuba hayi mhla uthwase imbola emhlophe. No, there was never that. There was never that. But it has lost meaning yayo ne-value yayo through time because people misunderstand as to why beqaba imbola kuqala. Umntu oqaba imbola ngumntu osendleleni eya entweni ethile. So laa mntu siyamsithisa okanye siyamfihla ngegama lokuhlonipha. Laa mntu siyamfihla kwenzela uba ngoku simbone axhose kuthi xa sele edlulile endimeni yalaa nto. Umzekelo ophilayo, le nto ke ayinidisi bugqirha, inidisa common sense. Umzekelo ophilayo, xa umntana esenzelwa imbeleko, umntana uqatywa ifutha. Okanye if ngoku wena ulihlubi uzamqaba udaka elibomvu, but xa umntana esenzela imbeleko, xa kusenziwa umsebenzi, ikhona into iqatywayo, uyaqonda? Laa nto is ukufihla ubuso bakho kude kudlule le ndima ukuyo. Laa nto yokuqaba imbola yenzela uba umntu makafihle ubuso kwenzela ubana adlule kwindima le akuyo. Inkwenkwe or ikwekwe iqatywa ifutha mhla ingena enezike ebudodeni ukufihla indima le kuyo, ithi yakuqabela ihlanjwe yona. Xa uhamba usiya kumahlubi nabeSuthu uzawufika umntana enqatywa idaka elibomvu. Xa usondeza unantsi kusiza apha kuthi amabhaca nantsika namacaleka, uzawufika umntu uqatywa imbola emhlophe. Uyaqonda? Zine-importance zazo ezaa zinto ngoba kaloku laa mntu uhlonipha laa nkqubo, therefore uyafihlwa kubantu abambukele enantsika ehamba olaa luhlu lendlela. Hence nasekuthwaseni uthi xa uqala ukungena ekuthwaseni uqatywe imbola, enantsika imbola, ukufihla nokuhlonipha endimeni le oyihambayo, but uthi woba ligqirha elipheleleyo isuswe imbola kuwe. So there was actually never any difference. Qha bekusahluka ubana wena eli litye ulifumana phi. If you lived up north, apho amahlubi namampondo ubuzawafumana khona, apho onke amabomvana ubuzawafumana khona, amaNdebele ubuzawafumana khona, apho ubuzawufumana khona abeSuthu, apho ubuzawufumana khona abantu bakwaSoshangane, uzawufika bona beqabila elantsika itye elimhlophe because it is the nature of the land they're living in. Asoze lifumane ifutha kulaa ndawo. Well, likhona, it's just that liscarce. There are certain places that are built solely on ifutha. A place like Grahamstown, for example, a majority of land in Grahamstown isingathwe lifutha. If you dig hard enough, you will find amatye amhlophe there. You will find amagada amhlophe. So it's only based on the nature of the land, which people back in the day understood. People of today don't understand. They just use ifutha because bekusetyenziswa ifutha. Abanye they just use imbola because bekusetyenziswa imbola. They don't know why beyisebenzisa. They don't know why. They will give you a very clumsy explanation as to why umuntu esebenzisa imbola. Sele umuntu eligqirha umbuze, mama utheni ndiqabe imbola emhlophe, asoze aku-explainela. Uzawuthwasa isiXhosa yena. They'll just say to you, hayi ndithwase isiXhosa. Uqomba kodwa mama ayikho into ithethayo because ke there's no such thing as uthwasa uhlanga, but ke okay ndikuvile nontombi, good girl, yaqonda, thokoza. And then we'll get that matter out of the way. Now I'm moving on to Umusa. Okay. Okay. Musa Apa is saying, Thokoza Baba, can you please explain the difference between a person onobizo lobungoma, as in a person who must go through initiation, and a person with a calling, however, does not have to go through initiation? Musa, whether sibiza ngesigcaleka or sibiza nge-English, a calling nobizo is the same thing. A calling nobizo is the same thing. And the part where you get initiated or initiated, the initiation process is to help you understand better or deal better with this thing. Yes, hayi wonke umuntu one gift kumele athwase. What does this mean? Kukhona abantu abane gift who just need certain things to be done for them. One, ukuhlanjululwa, ukuphahlelwa, nokubikwa. You see? Kukhona abantu where after inhlambululo lo muntu uye ayobikelwa emagcekeni kubo kuthiwe nangu lo mntwana simbona unesimbo esinje abantu abadala lo mntwana uyathwasa lo, sicela nimvakashele nimnikeze konke. We give acknowledgement to idlozi nokuphila kwalo, then sindlondlobalise thina ngangokwethu based on umntwana lo. Then and only then we let idlozi play its course. The part where you think now there's a difference is because now almost everyone who has a gift uyathwasiswa. No, it was never the case. Bekumela, hence I think I've said this before. Sithi mhla umuntu azawungena ekuthwaseni gogo, mhla umuntu ezawungena ekuthwaseni uyahlanjululwa, uyahogoliswa, ahlolwe lo muntu. Maybe ufuna lo muntu ukuhlikihlwa lo, angxolelwe labethwe impempe ezindlebeni lo, ombelele kulakombelwe phezulu kwakhe, then umntwana wabantu azoba right. Then isangoma esinenyane will tell you that no, lo mntwana simgqibile kanje, akumele athwase lo. They will still have dreams, and they'll have dreams of things that are happening. They'll still speak things that are happening. They'll speak things into existence. Bazohlala baphulukwa, but now due to insabelo le bantwana angeke aze idlozi limhlukumeze. Well, mangathi angeke, well, lingaze limhlukumeze, but it might take some time for them uba ngoku idlozi limbize khona. And if le ndima uyayiphila le, if uyayiphila indima lena akusozaboshwe ubuhlalo. It happened a lot futhi kakhulu kudala, because kudala there were more izangoma ezingabantu abangotata than abantu abangomama. But since 1800 ukusondela kanje, well, 1900s masithi, yes, now zininzi izangoma ezingabantu abangomama kunabantu abangotata. Uyaqonda? Ibivela kakhulu lonto kubantwana abangamantombazana, where they'll have a gift, but now ngoba umntwana sekakhulile futhi umntwana was treasured kudala because kaloku kujongwe umendo kuyena, uyaqonda, kujongwe inkomo kuyena, kanti mhla ngoku athwasa, that will delay what people understood as growth back then. So there's never a time where you should or should not be initiated. If umuntu lo okuhlolayo does umsebenzi wakhe ngangendlela, lidlozi that decides. Lidlozi that decides. There's a loose term now izangoma ziyisebenzisayo zokuthi umuntu melapha athi umuntu ngimthwasisa ngethonga. Yes, that is a valuable term that was used by izangoma that knew what they were doing. But now, in most izangoma ezingazi ukuthi zenzani are using that term, and they are misunderstanding the impact that goes with that term. If ngikuhlolile, ngakuhlambulula, ngakushayelela, ngakugogolisa, ngalibona ledloti ukuthi lifuna ukugijima kanjani. Now, when I've done my part and properly so, I will allow idlozi lenze ibidding yalo. And that will lead to idlozi lizongidlondlobalisa. That will lead idlozi lizoyikhulumela noma lithuma umfana omncane. That's something else people don't understand ngokuthuma komfana omncane. Keyword ukuthuma. Let it sink in. Idlozi lizoyikhulumela into eliyifunayo noma lithume umfana omncane. Keyword thuma. Should I say more? Should I say more? So when you do have a gift or a calling, Musa, initiation to understand your calling is needed. Initiation to understand your calling is needed. First steps of the initiation process will dictate whether or not this process should continue or not. Yes. I think I've said this before, but it's a manner of understanding or receiving this sort of information. Yes, 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 Pitman, yes, yes. Injalo ke ngoni. Idlozi lithi mhlali lenzelele ukudingayo ngangendlela. Lithume umfana omncane. Idlozi lithuma umfana omncane ukuthi adlulise umyalezo. Umfana omncane ma efika uthi umuntu omdala. Hello? Hello? Okay. Ngiyabonga. Makhosi Thokoza gogo lanomvula. Ngiyabonga. Please explain to me, how does ukungqengqeza help kumuntu onedlozi? Oh, thank God for this question. Okay, and layer process where it is done to be most effective. Okay, ivake nyoko. Number 1, umngcengcezo. I don't know. I really don't know how I could umngcengcezo ngumshenxiso. Umuntu ongcengcezayo ngumuntu obhekelisa isimo esele silaba phambi komnyango. And it helps no one othwasayo leyo nto. If it does help umuntu othwasayo, bet money, any amount of money, where you could tell me a person oseke wangqengqezelwa into zakhe zalunga. If uyengcengceza wenza umngcengcezo, wenza isimo sokushenxisa indima ephambi komnyango. You are saying we are recognizing that bantu abadala nikhona. We are recognizing into eniyifunayo. Konje thina. We have decided to not do it now. Sizonenzela kulo nyaka ozayo, or in 10 years time, or in 15 years time even. Ngoba people have a tendency yokuthi umntwana athi ehlukunyezwa lidlozi at the age of 15 bamenzela umngcengcezo bathi bacela lo mntwana aqede isikole. And how many of those abathi baqede isikole basiqede isikole? The fact that you lento zim is like it's raining outside Nkokot. Then after knocking at your door, you open the door and recognize that I'm there and say, no man, give me a second. My child is 14 years old. I'll open the door when they are 20 years old. Mba! Umtowenza umngcengcezo is actually doing that. It's an insult. You're recognizing that I'm there, and you are telling me that you can't do this because of personal matters. It's ludicrous. Isimo sokwenza umngcengcezo is kukubhekelisa a very hush situation that you will reply to promptly. You see? I-state abantu babethwa into bangayazi bana bangcengceza mhla kutheni. Simo sokungcengceza, simo sokushenxisa, ushenxisa uma ubufungile phezu kwethuna wathi uzokhapha ukhakhakho noma wathi uzokhapha uninakho. Now that is the only basis in which wenza umngcengcezo, wenza umshenxiso wesimo. Where I said lo msebenzi ngizowenza in the month of June, but then financial problems hit me in June, but now I am shifting this to July. Mhla ushenxisa isimo kumele usheshe usilungise, not ungixelele ba lo msebenzi uzowenza next month, or next year, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. That is utter disrespect. So umngcengcezo is only effective, mama, when it is done on the point of fulfilling the promise. If you are not going to fulfill the promise that you are making, then ungangcengcezi. And the disrespect that goes with amagqirha enza into angayaziyo. Umntu has the audacity akuthatha kusemabandleni onke only to say no. Lo mntu uyawuthunuka aba bantu bezihlelele kweza ndawo ukusa kuwo onke lamabandla only to say no to these people. And right after lamngcengcezo ugula 10 times more. Uba right for inyanga xa besithi ama nsukamo sasihoywanga ama. Babuye bashaye. Now umntaka understand. You have to say ilanto ifana nobana ndithi kuwe khawundenzele iti xa ungcengceza uthi thokoza baba ndicela mani undiphe nje 5 minutes ndifuna bendithunywe isonka sayothenga isonka then ndibuye ndikwenzele iti. You see, ngumngcengcezo ke lowo. Kukushenxisa into for a temporal stay, but usheshe ubuyele kuyo, not ubuyele kuyo after 15 years. Not ubuyele kuyo after 15 years. Umntwana ozogqajukela msholoku esenza umatric ungamngcengcezela uthi bantu abadala siyanibona nikhona kodwa lo mntwana lo ngexesha elithile sifuna kube kanti kuyalunga sizomenzela lokhu nalokhu, maybe idloti lakhe lidabuka phakathi nonyaka, uyaqonda. But now that's when you can do umngcengcezo ke. where you are going to postpone this process with acknowledging it for a very short period of time and then promptly do it. Not do it after 6 years, 7 years. By that time, lo mntwana sekahlanya nohlanya leli doda lisaphili nakahle la kuyena. Thokoza. Thokoza, thokoza gogo, thokoza. Ngibuye ngize la cousin la. Solilanga. Thokoza baba. Ingamba wonke umuntu othwasile kumele anyange. No. Ma uthi kumele anyange, you are fulfilling ke ngoku lento yabantu abathwaselwa ukwenza imali. I've said this before. Kukhona abantu abangena ekuthwaseni with the idea yokwenza imali. Umuntu unento ethi no, mangithwasile ngashesha after 6 months ngizobe senginamathwasa, ngizobe sengikhanda imbokodo eyeza, then anyange into ezingasile. You see? Umuntu othwasile, there's a high chance that angeke azanyange lo muntu. Lidlozi that will decide. Lidlozi that decides umuntu uzonyanga or not. Lidlozi lidecide, not wena. Not wena. Hence ngoku idlut lakini lizokuphathela abantu abafuna ukuthwasa. Wena ufuna ukugaya imbokodo yeza. Ugcine sowelapha abantu into ezingasili. Uthi uchitha ama-case, lama-case wangawachithakala. Uthi wenza lokhu naloku akuchithakali. Anything oyenzayo ngembokodo yeza ngoba imbokodo yeza ayiphili kwena. Lo muntu okungene akafuna ukukhandela imbokodo yeza. Ufuna welapha isizwe ngendlela eyahlukile. Idlozi will dictate wena ufuna ukuthwasisa kanti idlozi lakho lifuna ukugaya imbokodo yeza. Uyalala uvuka namathonga. Uvuka nethonga amathonga akubonisa umuthi. You see? Idlozi lakho is guiding you into the manner in which wena ozokwelapha isizwe ngakhona. Uphupha indlela ezithile zokugaya ikhubalo. Uphupha izigayo ezinantsike ezahlukile kunalezo owazifunda ekuthwaseni. Uphupha imbokodo ezinezi. Uphupha incambe ezikanje. Uphupha indawo ethile onozoyogubha kuyo. Idlozi lakho liyakubonisa ukuthi wena wenzelwe ukwelapha abantu nokuthwasisa. Wena ungumgayi wembokodo yeza. But now, because umuntu wants to make money, they neglect what idlozi is showing them, what idlozi is translating to them. They want to do, because bangomasheshe bafuna into ezikhawulezayo. Yaqona? Bafuna uba ngomanyangabuye. Kanti you can't be umanyangabuye wesangoma. Kumele mhla unyangile usangoma umuntu angabuyi. Because now you have to be a person who cures the illness, who solves the problem, not put a pause in it. Because if ungumanyangabuye wesangoma, that means people you don't end these problems these people have. You create a pause state for 4 weeks, then they come back bazofuna umuthi ohlamba still. So you are not as efficient as you claim to be. Uyabona leyo nto? Yes. So hayi wonke umuntu kumele anyange gogo. And I want to take away the part ethi kumele. Akumele wenze lutho. Only thing ekumele uyenze ukuthi uthwase ngangendlela. Only thing ukuthi umele uyenze is ukuthi ulalele idlo balikhuluma lithini. Bayede ngiyathokoza. Kuyasa. Laphuma ilanga. Ngiyathokoza. Ngoni njalo baba. Kusenjalo ke Magedla. Throw the questions at me. Throw your questions at me. Thokoza baba. Kutalento yabantu. Abahlezi besithi thina sithwasa oma 2 months, 6 months. Yes. Siqede and they perceive us as abantu abangathwasile kahle. Izwake mama, izwake. Ungathwasa for 10 years and not understand a thing of what was done to you. ungatwasa for 2 months. Well, 2 months, the part where 2 months is concerned hurts. Ne? I-process yokuthwasa could be done in that space. 2 to 6 months, yes. I-process yokuthwasa could be done in that space. But now, do you understand who you are? Do you understand where you are at ebungomeni? The problem with abantu is it is not the actual length oyithwasile. It is what you do after. You see? Ungathwasa 2 to 3 months. Yes, uthwasile because the process is done. It's done and completed. But the part where isangoma sakho siza wena is done and completed. But your journey wena as an individual begins mhla waqeda ukuthwasa waphuma egodlweni. Then it is your duty ke ngoku to learn more of what you were taught, to understand more of what you were taught. So you could thwasa 6 months. Ungathwasa 6 months. Uqede iprocess yokuthwasa. And then 2 years later, you'd be 1,000 times better than a person who thwasa 10 years. Because it is what you do after the process igobela liphela khona. Lapho ugobela wakho athi ngiqedile ke la. Kukhona abantu who think because umuntu aphumile egodlweni uqibile ukuthwasa uqedile. That is the downfall of izangoma ezininzi. They don't know that the moment uphuma egodlweni, that's where the journey actually begins. That's where the journey begins. Because now, all of those teachings, zihleli la, emahlombe. It is your duty then to take up all of those teachings and live them. Ekuthwaseni buphahla ngo-12, phahla ngo-3, phahla ngo-6, phahla ngo-9, phahla ngo-12, phahla ngo-1, phahla ngo-4, phahla ngo-5. Now, you had a person who was lecturing you. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Now, the duty is within you to do all of those things that you were doing in training on your own. The process yokuthwasa is nothing but training. But the journey yobungoma is actually when you live those things you had trained. Give me 5 minutes. Give me a second even. Ukuthwasa is you evarsity to become an engineer. At the process of practicing and learning about engineering, you are not an engineer. At the point of graduation, you are not an engineer. You are only an engineer when you put everything you've learned into practice. Now, and if you put everything you've learned into practice and produce results, then you are qualified as an engineer. People don't understand the point of qualification. People bathwasa then babe ngombuzi isikhalaphi bahambe inhlombe mina ndihambi nenhlombe mina andihambi imgidi. It's been a while mina ngaya emantshomaneni futhi angihambi noma ngumgidi kabani because angithwasele ukuhamba imigidi. Thank you. Same applies when you are qualified something. If you are qualified something, you don't just tutu up and leave. If you know the value of who and what you are, you sit down and you focus on that process and you master that process and allow that process to reflect the who you are. You can't be a chartered accountant that goes around saying, I would like to do your books. I would like to do your books. I would like to do your books. No. you sit down and let people acknowledge umsebenzi wakho, and then they come to you and say, hey man, I have a company and I would like for you to do my books. That way, exactly. That's why they have so much money. So it is never about the length umuntu ayithwasile. It's what they do after. Because uzohlala 10 years, 5 years egodlweni and still come up empty. And then uhambe uyoqhayisa ngobudala bakho kwezinhlobo nalemigidi. But the fact that you are an empty vessel doesn't like awugqibi. Like awukwazi, like we can't get past that. You see, ungathwasa 6 months and a year and practice and live as izinto ozithwasele and become one of the greatest dezangoma. So it was never about the length. It was never about the length in years or in time. It's about the result in practice and understanding lento ukuthi umuntu ayithwasele. Thokoza. Ngiyabonga. Oh. Thokoza. Ngaba khona okunye. Throw those questions at me. Throw those questions at me. Ngaba khona okunye. Ngaba khona okunye. Oh, okay. I think now I have 3 minutes left. Thokozani. Bogogo. I'm hoping by next week, Monday, at 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I know there are vampires out there, people who can't sleep. For those of you who can't sleep, please tune into my live. I'll be doing it from 12 to 1 o'clock. Mondays and Fridays, but I'll start Fridays. I would love for you guys to interact with me and tell me what time is right, because some people are at work as we speak. Sometimes I am clumped up with work. So this 6 thing might break our schedule. Kanti, if we have a midnight session where we just talk, and I will engage a chat room. I will open up a chat room where I would like for people to talk to me rather than type. You see, because typing will limit the things you would like to say, maybe you'd like to ask. And when you are typing, you have to polish some of the things that you would say. You see. So I'll get back to you maybe by Friday what I decide. If I do decide to do the midnight lives, then we'll have to change the schedule of the daytime lives. Maybe we'll do Monday and Friday daytime, and we'll do Wednesday and Friday midnight. How does that sound? How does that sound? Just like if it's something that you agree with, or just comment below. Otherwise, I have 1 minute left now. Ngiyabonga. Oh, okay. Khulu again. Oh no. This is a good one, but it's way too long. Why, Zim? Why? Okay, I'll try and It's 7 o'clock now. I'm supposed to be going off the live. Let me try and read this paragraph and then try and answer as quick as I can. Okay. Kulu akhe ungicacisele apha. Masithi uvakashelwe. Ugogo athi kuwe mhla uvela emhlabeni. We gave you a gift in a form of ingubo ikwambethe. Okay. Truth to this, mhla umuntu athole gift, the true reflection of ukthwasa, or the true reflection of a calling or ukuvakashelwa noma ungenwa lidlozi is actually mhla uzalwa. People aningenwa lidlozi umuntu abdala, idloti lokungena umncane, uzalwa unalo idlozi. It only happens that it reflects at a certain age. You see, it only reflects at a certain age. Some people maybe 6. Some people, the moment they start talking like truly talking, because a 2-year-old is talking, but a 2-year-old is not talking. A 6-year-old child, 7-year-old child is talking proper. So at ages 6, some children reflect uluhlu lokthwasa. So what they mean by that is that we have given you the ability to be able to see, communicate with us, and we just want you to know that sikhona silana. And leyo ngubo was something that was supposed to be used kuwe umntwana. Okay. Matter to help. Oh shit. I'm answering half of this thing. This thing is long. I'm only answering a very, very small segment of it. Okay. Give me a chance. And so further now in these times. If we really one bit. Oh, okay. Ivage nyoko. The pain of our time is that we are born in hospitals. Nah? We are born in hospitals. This is painful how? Usually, umntwana would have 10 days after birth are naked. The only warmth they would receive is from their mother. Within the first 3 days of birth, umntwana bechelelwa imbuzi. Then elafele lala mbuzi is given 7 days ukuba lome, liyaqoshwa lisukwe, lenziwe ibhayi. Hence the term imbeleko. Mbeleko was derived from if ufele olwambathiswa umntana at a certain age or certain time azelwe. First 3 days lo mntwana azelwe. Day number 3 iyahlatywa lambuzi or igusha, I don't know, depending babuya phi lapho. Imbuzi within the first 3 days uzelwe iyahlatywa. Then it takes 7 days ukuthi ifele lome, ligqushwe kahle, lisukwe kahle, so that libe right for ulusu lomntwana. So it took 10 days lokho umntwana enzelwe imbeleko. So whatever ledloti likubikela lona is a very old translation. It is a very old translation that has been lost in time, because now we don't suka those blankets. We just buy blankies, and some of the blankets they use bazithola esibhedlela because we are born in hospitals, painfully so. And there's 100 in 100 chances that the blanket eyambethe umntwana wakho has yombatha 50 other children before him or her. So maybe kungahle kanti idloti is reflecting that kukhona into elihala ulenzele yona, so that lizokwazi ukusondela, that was supposed to be done at birth. Or maybe liyasho khona ukuthi sikhona futhi sasikhona ngangisesikhathi. Maybe sasizokande, maybe babezobonakala ngcono ke after that thing was done. I don't know. I don't want to lie. Ingxaki lo uvast unabile too much lo mbuzo. And it's a very long one. It's a very long one. I will try and copy this on my note and then get back to you. What is the process for that? And it was supposed to help you. What can be done to right the wrong? What can be done to right the wrong? As I had said, it has been lost in translation now. People now are just doing for the sake of doing. I've told you as to why it was being done then. So kungahle kanti kukhona into esalukazi or lo muntu omdala okuvakashele wants to translate to you. Ngahle kanti kukhona into that they need for you to do for them so that bangasondela ngendlela bona abafuna ukusondela ngayo. But I will try and explain this to you esayidini wabona. Yes, and yes, something can be done for that wrong. Something can be done for that wrong. Thokozani. Uthetha ngesingxobo. Uthetha ngesingxobo ne? Yeah. Fast, kwekwe, fast, yes. This one needs a special. Ima gogo. This one needs a special. Is that special? I win. I gogo. I win. No. Okay. Makhosi Thongo, nizobuyela kuwe Nguni. Nizobuyela kuwe eceleni. Live should have been over by now. Ngiyabonga. I'll try and do lives ezikanje. I will fuse relaxing sessions and teaching sessions. We'll talk about spirituality, ubungoma, ukuthwasa, ukuphahla, umnikelo, ubuhlalu. We'll be talking about ubuhlalu even. But I want us to talk about maybe 2-3 topics and then do lives just like these ones where we recap on all the things we have already spoken about. Just for us to understand more of some of the things that were said that some of us might have not understood, or some of us were not there to see maybe, and some of the questions people wanted to ask but couldn't. So we'll have more of these. Thokozani ngiyabonga. Magedla, I think the question Gamagela Ubaba can open ngayo Friday. Yes. I think I will. Because I'm special. You are special. Kulokho ngiyabonga. Ngibonga okukhulu nokuncane eningikhahlele kona. Ngibonga isikhathi senu. Kusasho mina thukela. Kusasho inkosi le nkosi edela izintaba lento ezinsephezulu kamawa lehlanganisela amafu lezongumsela izulu lezongumsela bathakathi. Sho mina nkosi yabo angingaphethe lutho. Kulo muntu mvazana obeje ngithi xaxa kabili mkhono kashali wakhalifethu olukhulu bapheleza lusulu. Namhla ngafa ngiyaqhubha ngiyakhozela kuwo. Kuloko Magedla ngibongile mina. Ndawuwe ndarama.